Kevin's card collecting and more first in the live chat this morning. Welcome, Kevin. Appreciate you being here today. Let me take care of my first order of business here. Hopefully everybody is having a good start to your day on this Wednesday, May 6th. All right. We're going to get ready to rock and roll on our continuing in our Topps Baseball Card Series today with the 1987 Topps Baseball Card Set. We will get going promptly at 10:30 to keep on schedule. I always hop in a little bit early. Lots of 87s on your desk there. Yes, it is. A lot of 87. You can't even see this. You can see the upper corner of this one here. 8 stacks of 1987 baseball cards. Lots of 87s on your desk there. Yep, 792 cards. You get to see each one individually, just like open up a pack of cards. So we're going to look at 792 cards today. We'll see how things go along with our with everything in the set. And if we do have time at the end before noon, we will probably open up a box of Topps 2020 Baseball Series 1 in search of those elusive final rookie card medallion cards that I'm searching for to complete my set. So other than that, let me get this saved real quick. I like that 87 auto on the right. Oh yeah, that's right there, Kevin. I forgot you chose the 87 Topps baseball card set for your likeness there. You're kind of watching over the 1987 baseball cards on the table. That is, I didn't even think and or pay attention to that. I forgot yours was the 87 baseball card set. So actually we have, I guess 793 cards today in our program. And I believe that's my only autograph I do have in the 1987 set. And I don't know how those Arizona Diamondbacks snuck up in there. I don't believe way back then they had Arizona Diamondbacks. That's right. That's the only Arizona Diamondback and a 1987 Topps baseball card that I have. That is definitely truthful. Well, so far it looks like it's just me and you, Kevin, but we do have 5 more minutes before we do get into our content at hand here. Hopefully everything went well yesterday with everybody's Cinco de Mayo. The 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. Let me switch this back here to the content at hand here. Yeah. Oh, that one's up there. All right. Never know, Kevin. It might just be me and you this morning. I kind of look around the channels and see who's live, and it looks like Gourmet is live again. He's almost live like 3 or 4 times a day. I almost hopped into his chat and said, "What? You're competing with me again? Why are you live this morning when I go live?" I'm in no competition with him, that's for sure. But he does. I guess he's staying at home. I only had 3 from my first 30 minutes yesterday. Oh yeah, sometimes, yeah. Well, especially with Gourmet being on there. I think he had 17 or 18 people when I looked real quick. And I seen that he was live, busting open some more product. But that's okay. We'll just continue moving along and putting up product into the streams. Right now, oh, I had 3. I'm back down to 2 people again. I'm thinking probably that one of those is me and one of those is you. That's the 2 people that are in the stream today, Kevin. Me and you. Could have did our trial, try and play a baseball game. But we'll see if we get to that down the road. If not, that's fine. We'll continue moving forward with what we have here. Possibly so. But that's okay. We can just take some time and go through the cards. And if we get to opening up the Topps 2020 Baseball Series 1 blaster box, we'll see if we get to it. If not, we'll just review the content at hand today. Yeah, I got a little dust spots showing up here. Try and rub them away there. Have to get some type of cloth that doesn't leave lint on it. And that's the only thing with having a black mat. Everything shows up easily. Do you need a Schmaltz medallion? Hold on, let me look at my list there, Kevin. We still got 2 minutes. I think I got a Schmaltz, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, I do have the John Schmaltz there, Kevin. The only, I think it's 7 I need right now is Mike Trout, Chris Bryant, Bo Jackson, Chipper Jones, of course the elusive Tony Gwynn. I'm still in search of one of those. I'm sure we'll find another one. That way we'll each have our Tony Gwynn. I know you got a Tony Gwynn. And then Dwight Gooden. I thought I had one coming in, but it hasn't showed up yet. So I put an X when I think it might be inbound. And then Ricky Henderson. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to finish my 50 card set. Less than a minute to go. Sorry, the bell ringer was right there where I put in my checklist here. You're guarding the checklist there, Kevin. I know you can't see it off camera. Your bat is almost touching it. It's right over here. You're keeping an eye on my checklist and the cards at hand here. But what we will do, since I don't have the book anymore, I'll just kind of go over, and we do have 10:30 here. So we're going to get ready for the year-end review. So kind of what they did in the Topps book, and I'm going to follow through with similar fashion here, just using a different format on how we go over the prior year in baseball. So let me just do one quick refresh here just before we get started, so I'll know if I miss anything in the chat. But it's kind of hard since it's just me and Kevin. I know it'll take me a little while to keep track of everything here. But that's okay. So, but yeah, so in keeping in line with that, I had to find Candace Henry's in the house. How you doing there, Candace Henry? Thanks for popping into the stream with us here. We do have a few people starting to show up. That was Dwight Gooden over that confusion in NCC's sale last week. He had a Darryl Strawberry, and I actually accidentally said Gooden. Oh, is that what that was? Oh, probably. Yeah, I remember that. Now I remember that. That's right. So that's okay. It's not fully in my set yet, so it's still in kind of like a pending status. But I didn't. Now you clarified that, cleared that up for me. Got any Bonds? Oh, there's probably a Barry Bonds in this set here, I think. But we're going to review this set after we go over the recap, basically, of 1986, since all the cards in this set are from the year before. That's the way they kind of do it. So, like this year with the 2020 tops, outside of some of the new rookies this year and stuff, a lot of the information and all the stats that they have on the back of the cards are from the year prior. So that's how I'm gonna continue forward with the history lesson. So for the 1987 Topps baseball card, Kendall Brown is in the house. Thanks for popping in here, Kendall. We got some people starting to show up now, even though Gourmet is live. But so let's continue on here, and I'm just gonna go through and recap the 1986 baseball year, which covers the cards and all the all-star cards that are in here and things like that nature. The National League, the American League are all from the 1986 baseball game. So those are the ones that were selected for that year. So let's go into our history behind the 1987 Topps baseball cards and the recap of 1986 in baseball. Okay, so of course we have Major League Baseball. World Series that year in 1986 was the New York Mets over Boston. And the New York Mets did beat Boston 4-3. And Ray Knight was the MVP. All right. So before they got to the World Series, it was the Boston Red Sox against the California Angels, and of course the Red Sox prevailed and went on to the World Series. And then it was the New York Mets and the Houston Astros that played in the East-West championship round there, and of course it was the New York Mets that went on to win over Boston that year, 4-3. So the American League Championship Series MVP was Marty Barrett, and the National League Championship Series MVP was Mike Scott. The All-Star Game was played July 15th at the Astrodome, and the American League won 3-2, with Roger Clemens being the MVP. All right, awards and honors from 1986 were the Baseball Hall of Fame inductees Bobby Doerr, Ernie Lombardi, and Willie McCovey. The most valuable player for the American League was Roger Clemens with the Boston Red Sox and Mike Schmidt with the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, the Cy Young Award winners, Roger Clemens for the American League and Mike Scott for the National League. The Rookie of the Year went to Jose Canseco for the Oakland Athletics, American League, and Todd Worrell with the St. Louis Cardinals of the National League. The Rolaids Relief Man of the Year was Dave Righetti with the New York Yankees for the American League, and Todd Worrell of the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League. The Manager of the Year award went to John McNamara, the Boston Red Sox with the American League, and Hal Lanier with the Houston Astros of the National League. And then for the Gold Glove Awards, by position was Don Mattingly at first base for the American League, Frank White, second base for the American League, Gary Gaetti, third base for the American League, Tony Fernandez, shortstop for the American League, and then the three outfielders were Kirby Puckett, Gary Pettis, and Jesse Barfield, all three of the American League, Bob Boone, catcher for the American League, and Ron Guidry, pitcher for the American League. As far as the MLB statistics leaders for that year, in the American League, with high average was Wade Boggs with Boston with 357. Home runs were Jesse Barfield with Toronto, 40 home runs that year. RBI's leader was Joe Carter with Cleveland, 121 RBIs. The pitcher who had the most wins for the American League was Roger Clemens with Boston with 24, and he also led with the ERA, also Boston with a 2.48. And then in the National League, their leaders for that year were Tim Raines with Montreal with a 334 average, Mike Schmidt with Philadelphia with 37 home runs. Mike Schmidt with RBIs of 119, and Fernando Valenzuela with the Los Angeles Dodgers with 21 wins. And Mike Scott with Houston had an ERA of 2.22. All right. So as far as different events that took place through the year, in 1986, January 8th, Willie McCovey is the only player elected this year to the Hall of Fame by the Baseball Writers Association of America and becomes the 16th player elected in his first year of eligibility. And Billy Williams falls 4 votes shy of the 319 needed for election. On February 28th, the baseball commissioner Pete Ueberroth suspended 11 players who had testified to cocaine involvement in the Pittsburgh drug trials of 1985. Then we have different events that took place in March. March 10th, Ernie Lombardi, the National League MVP in 1938, and Bobby Doerr, a 9-time American League All-Star, are elected to the Hall of Fame by the Special Veterans Committee. On March 13th at spring training, the father-son team of Hal and Brian McRae appeared together in an exhibition game for the Kansas City Royals. Brian, who will be sent back to the minor leagues before the start of the season, will not make his major league debut until 1990. In 1991, Brian will play for his father when he takes over as Royals manager. Hold on just a second, guys. I gotta go downstairs and check on something quick. Alright, I'm back. Hold on just a second. Alright, I'm sorry for that. The mailman was here and was delivering some packages, and somebody had mentioned to me they had sent me a package and that they had insured it and I might have to sign for it, but I went down to take a peek out the door and the mailman was still there putting stuff in the mailbox, and after he finished he just drove off, so I guess maybe the package does not have to be signed for. But just in case, if my wife does holler at me, I might have to step out just again real quick. Okay, let's see. While I got a break here, let me look in the chat here. Looks like we've had some people show up here. Let me go up. Candace, I did catch. Kevin, Candace. Kendall, do you have a Dansby 2020 Heritage Base card? Alright, I'm about to open a 1990 score. I am opening 3 hobby boxes. That is cool, Candace. 3 hobby boxes from 1990 score. Kevin, I'm pretty sure I do, but let me check. Okay, I pulled an extra one and thought of you right away. That's pretty nice, Kevin. 3 boxes of 90 score. Wow. Yes, I do. Oh, thanks for thinking of me, Kevin. That's good. I know Kevin does kind of keep an eye out for people that do collect certain players, and that's what we should do in our community, okay? Are you a Brev 3. 87 Topps is one of my favorite junk wax sets. That's neat, Kendall. We're going to highlight through this one today. All right. Sorry, I mean a Braves fan. Kind of figured that. Am in the house just lurking. All right. Before you go live, you should always check to make sure the stove is turned off. Add that to the checklist. No, I didn't have the stove off on, Kevin. I just had that. I got my alerts on my phone saying that my mail. I'm expecting 4 packages today. I don't know exactly if it's for me, my wife, my daughter, but it did show I had 4 coming in, and somebody in the channel had told me they had a package, and it was one of the ones that were to be delivered today. I got my notifications when I woke up this morning and just thought, anyone heard from Huber? No, I haven't seen him in the chat here yet today. Hopefully everything's fine with them. But we will continue on in just a minute here. And most likely, unless the mailman comes back to ring on the door to have me sign for something, I'll just double check and we'll see if I do have some packages for tomorrow's stream. Okay? So let's continue on with April. On April 2nd, an opening day crowd of 52,922 people, the largest crowd in Memorial Stadium. Regular season history goes home disappointed as the Cleveland Indians and their winning pitcher Ken Schramm beats the Baltimore Orioles and their losing pitcher Mike Flanagan 6-4. April 8th, former New York Yankee player Lou Piniella makes his managerial debut and guides the Yankees to a 4-2 victory over the Kansas City Royals, for whom Piniella played from 1969 to 1973 at Yankee Stadium. And then on April 29th, the Boston Red Sox pitcher Roger Clemens strikes out 20 Seattle Mariners and becomes the first pitcher in Major League history to strike out 20 players in a 9-inning game in a 3-1 Red Sox victory. Meanwhile, Mario Soto of the Cincinnati Reds becomes the 11th pitcher in Major League history to surrender 4 home runs in an inning in a 7-4 loss to the Montreal Expos. Andre Dawson, Hubie Brooks, Tim Wallace, and Mike Fitzgerald all connected. All right, and then we jump to June 4th, pitching at Fulton County Stadium, Atlanta Braves pitcher Craig McCurdy gives up Barry Bonds' first Major League career home run. June 13th, the Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Fernando Valenzuela and catcher Alex Trevino form the first Mexican battery in Major League history. And June 18th, California Angel pitcher Don Sutton records his 300th win. And then June 21st, in a move that shocks many, reigning Heisman Trophy winner Vincent Bo Jackson announces that he will forego dealing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had made him the first overall selection of the National Football League draft, and signs a contract to play baseball with the Kansas City Royals. Then we have in July 6th, the first baseman Bob Horner of the Atlanta Braves becomes the 11th player in Major League history to hit 4 home runs in one game. Besides, Horner joined Ed Delahanty as the second player to do so in a losing effort, as his Braves fall to the Montreal Expos 11-8 in Fulton County Stadium. On July 15th, at the Houston Astrodome, the American League wins the All-Star Game 3-2 for its second triumph in the last 15 years. American League Roger Clemens pitches 3 perfect innings to win the game's MVP award. The game turns out to be the last Major League game ever managed by defending World Series champion Kansas City Royals manager Dick Howser. Howser, who admitted he felt sick before the game, is diagnosed with a brain tumor and undergoes surgery. Mike Ferraro takes over as the Royals manager for the remainder of the season. Okay. Just popping into the chat here real quick before I continue on. Bo Jackson. Supplies like top loaders, sleeves, team bags are getting really rare and expensive. Walmart doesn't carry the regular top loaders anymore, or at least mine doesn't. Robert, I saw your email. I'll try to respond later. The Bo Jackson from the 90 score is the best card in that set. It is worth $260. Probably if it's in a graded 10, probably. That's most likely what that is, Candace. But it is a nice card in that set, that's for sure. All right, so let's see. Let me... oh, come on, really? Doing a refresh on the chat so I know where I left off. Yay, a 10. There we go. Yeah, if it's in a PSA slab, it probably makes it worth that much. You wouldn't find it probably raw for $260. But that would be a nice card to have in a set, that's for sure. All right, so on July 22nd, the New York Mets third baseman Ray Knight incited a bench-clearing brawl at Riverfront Stadium against his former teammates, the Cincinnati Reds. Eric Davis is pinch running for Reds player manager Pete Rose in the 10th inning. Stole second and third base. Knight took the throw from the Mets catcher Gary Carter late and brought his glove to Davis's face and knocked his helmet off. A stare-off ensued, followed by a right cross from Knight. The benches emptied, and as a result of all the ejections from this fight, Mets manager brought back up catcher Ed Hearn into the game and moved Carter from behind the plate to third base. Roger McDowell replaced Jesse Orosco on the mound, and Orosco went into right field. The traded positions with 2 outs in the 11th, and McDowell traded positions with left fielder Mookie Wilson with 1 out in the 12th. This rotation continued to the remainder of the game, which the Mets won in 14 innings. Then on July 29th, Sparky Anderson of the Detroit Tigers became the first in baseball to achieve 600 career wins as a manager in both the American and National League. All right, let me pop in the chat here. There we go. That's what I was kind of wondering on that one. It is a cool card, though. Yes, it is. Bo knows. Bo knows. That's for sure. Okay, so in August of 1986, Bert Blyleven of the Minnesota Twins records his 300th career strikeout in the same game. His teammate Kirby Puckett hits for the cycle for the only time in his career. August 5th at Candlestick Park, San Francisco Giants southpaw Steve Carlton strikes out Eric Davis in the 3rd inning of a game against the Cincinnati Reds. As a result, Carlton accomplished another pitching milestone in his illustrious career, while becoming just the 2nd major league pitcher after Nolan Ryan to reach 4,000 strikeouts mark. On August 10th, Billy Martin has his number 1 retired by the New York Yankees. On August 11th, Cincinnati player manager Pete Rose, 45-year, singled 4 times and doubled to set a National League record with the 10th 5-hit game of his career. Rose drove in 3 runs in a 13-4 loss to the San Francisco Giants to move 1 ahead of Max Carey for the record. On August 12th, Don Baylor of the Boston Red Sox set an American League record when he was hit by a pitch the 25th time that season, breaking the record he shared with Bill Freehan in 1968 and Norm Eberfeld in 1911. Kansas City's Buck Black was the pitcher as the Royals completed a doubleheader sweep with a 6-5 victory. On August 14th, Pete Rose enjoys a 3-for-4 day, the last hit being the 4,256th and final hit of his career. On August 17th, Pete Rose inserts himself in as a pinch hitter and takes a called strike from San Diego Padres pitcher Goose Gossage to end a 9-5 loss for the Cincinnati Reds. It is Rose's final plate appearance, giving him 15,890. And at bats, 14,503, and games, 3,562, all of which are major league career records. Then on August 19th, in a trade that will go on to benefit the Red Sox this season, especially the postseason, the Sox send shortstop Ray Quinones and cash to the Seattle Mariners for Dave Henderson and shortstop Spike Owen. On August 20th, 2 no-hit bids are broken up in the 9th inning against the San Francisco Giants at Candlestick Park, and Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Don Carmen has a perfect game broken up by Bob Brenly with a double leading off the 9th, and the Phillies win 1-0 in 10 innings on a Juan Samuel home run. Steve Bedrosian relieves Carmen in the bottom of the 10th and retires the Giants in order. Again, the California Angels in Tiger Stadium hours later. Walt Terrell and the Detroit Tigers has his no-hit bid foiled with 2 outs in the 9th by Wally Joyner. A Wally Joyner double, the only hit he will allow in a 3-0 victory. This is the second time this season Joyner has broken up a no-hit in the 9th inning. Against the Texas Rangers on June 16th, he had foiled Charlie Ho's bid for a no-hitter with 1 out in the 9th. On August 27th, Darryl Strawberry hit his 100th career home run, helping the New York Mets beat the San Diego Padres 6-5. Then on August 29th, a game between Montreal and the San Diego Padres is postponed after 2 200-pound oxygen cylinders explode inside the unfinished Olympic Stadium tower. All right, let me take a pop in the chat here real quick. See, everyone, I should probably get out of bed. You still in bed there, Kendall, watching on you? You woke up and turned on your phone and watched us. Last thing before I leave, Candace, is the Bo Jackson centered. I will stay for like 30 more minutes. It looks like a 10. Yeah, centering is amazing before I have to go. Hey, everyone. Hey there, NCC Baseball. Thanks for popping into the chat here. So here we go. In September of 1986, September 3rd, Billy Hatcher hit a home run in the top of the 18th inning to give the Houston Astros an 8-7 victory over the Chicago Cubs. The two teams began with 14 innings 1 day earlier and use a major league record 53 players in the game. On September 14th, Bo Jackson slugs his first major league home run, a 475-foot blast believed to be the longest to date at Royal Stadium, leading the Kansas City Royals to a 10-3 victory over the Seattle Mariners. And then the San Francisco Giants third baseman Bob Brenly, usually a catcher, ties a major league record by making 4 errors in just 1 inning. But Brenly redeemed later by hitting 2 home runs, including the game winner as San Francisco beats the Atlanta Braves 7-6. On September 17th, the New York Mets secure the National League East title with a 4-2 win over the visiting Chicago Cubs. For their 95th victory of the season, the Mets would finish the season at 108 wins and 54 losses, the best record of any team during the 1980s. September 22nd, Fernando Valenzuela of the Los Angeles Dodgers becomes the first Mexican pitcher to have a 20-win season in the majors, beating the Houston Astros 9-2 while allowing just 2 hits. September 25th, Houston Astros pitching ace Mike Scott hurls a 2-0 no-hitter against the San Francisco Giants at the Houston Astrodome. The victory clinches the National League West title for the Astros. On September 26th, an 8-3 win for the California Angels against the host Texas Rangers gives the franchise its 3rd American League West crown. And then September 28th, the Boston Red Sox claim the American League East Championship with a 12-3 drubbing of the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway Park. Then we have October of that year. Pop. See, everyone probably should get out of bed. Already did that. Okay. Sorry, just had to pop in the chat. Make sure I will stay till the end. Pulled another nice looking Jackson from the 1990 Bo Jackson. There we go. That is cool. October 4th, at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, Greg Gagne of the Minnesota Twins hits 2 inside the park home runs in a 7-3 victory over the Chicago White Sox. In the same game, Bert Blyleven, who goes the distance for the victory, gives up his 50th home run of the season to Darrell Boston to set a major league record. Coincidentally, Blyleven had given up Dick Allen's 2 inside the park home runs in a July 31st, 1972 game against the White Sox. The last game prior to this one in which one player hit 2 inside the park home runs. The game had been played in the Metrodome's predecessor, the Metropolitan Stadium. October 12th, in Game 5 of the American League Championship Series, the Boston Red Sox, trailing 3-1 to the California Angels and 2 outs away from elimination, are rescued when Don Baylor delivers a 2-run home run off Mike Witt to trim the Angel lead from 5-2 to 5-4. After Witt retires Dwight Evans for the second out, Gary Lucas relieves him and promptly hits Rich Gedman with his first pitch and only pitch. Don Moore then relieves Lucas, and with 1 strike away from elimination, Dave Henderson crushes a pitch from Moore into the center field stands for a 6-5 lead. The Red Sox wins 7-6 in extra innings, a Henderson sacrifice fly providing the winning run, and extend their series to another game. October 15th, in the longest game in postseason history until the 2005 National League Division Series, the Mets beat the Astros 7-6 in 16 innings to earn the first trip to the World Series since 1973. New York scores 3 runs in the top of the 9th to force the extra innings. The Mets score 3 more runs in the top of the 16th, and Houston answers with 2 of its own before Jesse Orosco fans Kevin Bass to end the game. On October 25th, with the Red Sox leading 5-3 in Game 6 of the World Series and just 1 out away from winning their first championship since 1918, the Red Sox give up hits to Gary Carter, Kevin Mitchell, and Ray Knight, and pitcher Bob Stanley throws a wild pitch that allows Mitchell to score. Then Mookie Wilson hits a slow grounder that keeps bouncing right between the legs of first baseman Bill Buckner, allowing Knight to score and give the New York Mets an improbable 6-5 win. Boston's Calvin Schiraldi absorbs the loss. On October 27th at Chase Stadium, the New York Mets win Game 7 of the World Series over the Boston Red Sox 8-5, and third baseman Ray Knight is named Series MVP. All right, I'm hitting every card from 1990 score. INCC Kevin. CC, hi Kevin. Hey Candace. Kevin, what is your YouTube channel name if you have one? What is your YouTube channel name if you have one? Yeah, Kevin's Card Collecting and More. That's his YouTube channel there, Candace. Coolness. All right. So let's move on here and finish off the history here. All right. In November 12th, Roger Clemens of the Boston Red Sox wins the American League Cy Young Award unanimously, joining Denny McLain from 1968 as the only pitchers to do so. Clemens finished with a 24-4 record with 238 strikeouts and an a 2.48 ERA. On November 19th, the Philadelphia Phillies third baseman Mike Schmidt wins the National League MVP award, joining Stan Musial and Roy Campanella as the only three-time National League award winners. Schmidt led the National League with 37 home runs and 119 RBIs while hitting a .290 average. Then on November 24th, the Minnesota Twins announced interim manager Tom Kelly will be their new skipper for the 1987 season. Kelly, who replaced Ray Miller late in the season, will compile a losing record. 1,140 wins to 1,244 losses in his career, but wins 2 world championships during his 16-year tenure as the Twins manager. And then the St. Louis Cardinals reliever Todd Worrell, who led the National League with 36 saves, receives the Rookie of the Year honors. Worrell had helped St. Louis to the '85 World Series as a late-season call-up, but was still a rookie the next season as defined by the BBWA. And then November 25th, Jose Canseco of the Oakland Athletics, who hit .240 with 33 home runs and 117 RBIs, wins the American League Rookie of the Year award with 16 of 28 first-place votes, with others going to Wally Joyner of the California Angels with a .290 22-100. Canseco also becomes the first Athletics franchise player to win the award since pitcher Harry Bird in 1952. Canseco's .240 batting average is the lowest ever for a Rookie of the Year position player. And then to end out the year, December 16th, the San Diego Padres pitcher Lamar Hoyt is sentenced to a 45 days in jail following his third arrest on drug possession charges, this time on the U.S.-Mexico border. Baseball Commissioner Peter Ueberroth bars Hoyt from baseball. On February 25, 1987, an arbitrator cut Hoyt's suspension to 60 days in mid-June and ordered the Padres to reinstate him. The Padres, however, gave him his unconditional release the following day. So there we have it. That is the history of the 1987 baseball card set with all the stats and things that took place back in 1986. 82nd. All right. So without Fox Bama, you're in the house. Hey, what's up, guys? We are doing well. Just finished going through the history. Now we are going to go through and highlight the baseball cards in this set. So, I subscribe to Kevin. Cool. All right. All right. Let me do a refresh here and get into our first stack of cards in this set. So, you can probably see this one here, but you can't see the very first set. That's the one I'm going to start with here. All right. And I'll just kind of set these guys here. Right off to the left, we'll take a little handful at a time, and we will go through these. All right. And just so you do know, I'm just going to show the fronts of the cards because that's just a lot easier. But we are starting out with card number 1. This is what the back design of some of these top cards, where it lists the top few cards here are what they call the record breaker cards. Okay, we'll kind of go through them just a little bit, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on them, so we can get through this set probably in a decent time. But I did want to take time, since I do have the 1984 set was the farthest back complete set that I have, but I do have all the different sets. What was I thinking? From now to present. So we're going to go through each of these 1 week at a time, and we probably be pretty close to finishing the complete set of tops sometime by the end of this year, I believe, as long as we keep on with this schedule here. Okay. Oh, there you go. Texas Card Collector says, one of my favorite sets with that wood grain goodness, just like the walls of the house I grew up in. All right, so without further ado, we do have card number 1 in this set is Roger Clemens. Okay, and I'll just kind of set them upside down here so I can keep the set in the same order that I have it in. Then we have Jim DeShales, right? Then we have Dwight Evans. These again are the record breaker cards. Dave Lopes with the Houston Astros. Okay. Dave Righetti with the New York Yankees. Ruben Sierra with the Texas Rangers. Todd Worrell with the St. Louis Cardinals. Terry Pendleton with the Cardinals. Jay Tibbs with the Montreal Expos. Cecil Cooper with the Milwaukee Brewers. Then we've got an Indian Leaders card there. Okay. Then getting into some of the base cards in this set here. They're all base cards, but so they'll have subsets. Like this one here was the record breakers, and then we've got a section for the All-Star. Can't remember for sure if they do have World Series. It's been a while since I've looked through this set, but I had to pull it out of my archives. All right, but Jeff Sellers with the Boston Red Sox, Nick Easki with the Reds, Dave Stewart with the Athletics, Washington Caudell with the Yankees, Pat Clements with the Pirates, Pete O'Brien with the Rangers, Dick Hauser, manager for the Royals, Matt Young with the Seattle Mariners. All right, there we go. Hall of Famer Gary Carter with the New York Mets. Okay, let's grab another stack here and keep going through these. All right, Mark Davis with the San Francisco Giants. Doug DeCinces with the California Angels. Oops, Doug's sliding off there. Gotta hold these right here. Lee Smith with Chicago Cubs. All right, Tony Walker with the Astros. Bert Blyleven, we were talking about him a couple times in the history behind this year, with the Minnesota Twins. Greg Brock with the Dodgers. Oops. That's what happens when you do it live like this. Joe Cowley with the Chicago White Sox. Rick Dempsey with the Baltimore Orioles. Jimmy Key with the Blue Jays. Tim Raines, Hall of Famer, with the Montreal Expos. The Braves leader card. I'm thinking maybe they probably have one with each team from this year. Andy Van Slyke with the Cardinals. Jose Rijo with the Athletics. Everybody knows what city they're in. I'll just read the team. Sid Bream with the Pirates. Eric King with the Tigers. Marvell Wynn with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting and more. Dennis Leonard with the Royals. Marty Barrett with the Red Sox. Dave Righetti with the Yankees. Bo Diaz with the Reds. Gary Radu with the Phillies. Gene Michael with the Cubs. Greg Harris with the Rangers. Jim Presley with the Seattle Mariners. Danny Gladden with the Giants. Dennis Powell with the Dodgers. Wally Blackman with the Mets. Terry Harper with the Braves. And Dave Smith with the Astros. Let me just take a quick peek in the chat here and see what I've been missing here. We are up. Only have 6 people, but a lot of talking in the chat here. Hello, everybody. Left Behind Times is in the house. Hey, Left Behind. One of my favorite sets with the wood grain goodness. Okay, I thought I did a refresh after that one. Good to see you guys. Candace Henry. Be right back. Oh, Kevin had to step out. Hopefully some bombs and all the rookies and stars. At least some. I like your videos, Kevin. Terry Harper used to give me hitting lessons back in the day. That's pretty interesting. All right, so let me do a refresh here so I know where I left off on the chat, and let's get into, try and do it in fourths here. That was the first 50 cards in the set, in case you're wondering. Okay, so next we've got Mel Hall with the Braves, or the Cleveland Indians, I'm sorry, keep mixing them up a little bit. Keith Atherton with the Minnesota Twins, Rupert Jones with the Angels, Bill Dolly with the Chicago White Sox, Tim Wallach with the Expos, Brewers leaders card, Scott Nielsen with the Yankees, Thad Bosley with the Cubs, Ken Daly with the Cardinals, Tony Pena with the Pirates, Bobby Thigpen with the White Sox, Bobby Meacham with the Yankees, Fred Tolliver with the Phillies, Harry Spillman with the Giants, Tom Browning with the Reds, Mark Sullivan with the Red Sox, Bill Swift with the Seattle Mariners, Tony La Russa with the A's, manager card, Lonnie Smith with the Royals, Charlie Ho with the Rangers, Mike Alderetta with the Giants, Walt Terrell with the Tigers. All right, Dave Anderson with the Dodgers, Dan Pasqua with the Yankees, and Ron Darling with the Mets. All right, get our last 25 cards in this first stack here. Cool Left Behind times. They are a good looking set of cards. My last year of buying a case and making sets. The only problem is the number of cards. Millions of each card. Another Bo Jackson from 90 score in good condition. Keep going, Candace. Keep us updating, you know what you're pulling, okay? That is cool. Alright, so our last 25 in this first stack of 100 cards here. Rafael Ramirez with the Atlanta Braves. Brian Olkers with the Cleveland Indians. Tom Foley with the Expos. All right. Juan Nieves with the Brewers. Wally Joyner with his Gold Cup card with the Angels. Padres leader card, Kevin's card collecting and more. Shout out. Rob Murphy with the Reds. Mike Davis with the A's. Steve Lake with the Cardinals. Kevin Bass with the Astros. Nate Snell with the Baltimore Orioles. Shout out to Huber's Trick Shots. That's his team, Baltimore Orioles. Mark Salas with the Twins. Ed Wajna with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's card collecting. Ozzie Guillen with the Chicago White Sox. Dave Steve with the Blue Jays. Harold Reynolds with the Seattle Mariners. Urbano Lugo with the Angels. Jim Leland with the Pirates. Calvin Schiraldi with the Red Sox. Attaby McDowell with the Rangers. Frank Williams with the Giants. Glenn Wilson with the Phillies. Bill Scherer with the Detroit Tigers. Darryl Motley with the Royals. And Steve Garvey. That's a nice looking Steve Garvey card there. Doing his stretches on the field there. Probably prior to the game. Alright. Ends up that. Hold on just a second. Let me get this box here so as I finish these stacks here, I can put them in the box here. Keep them nice and neatly organized. Okay. There. Let me straighten this stack out and just set it in the box real quick. Alright. Now I'm set there. All right, now we can move on to the second stack here. Carl Willis. Get on with Carl Willis here. Oh, that was a pretty good pick. Pick the next 25 in the stack. So Carl Willis with the Reds. All right. Paul Zuvella with the Yankees. Rick Aguilera with the Mets. Billy Sample with the Braves. Floyd Humans with the Expos. Blue Jays leaders card. John Butcher with the Cleveland Indians. Jim Ganther with the Brewers. R.J. Reynolds with the Pirates. John Tudor with the Cardinals. Alfredo Griffin with the A's. Alan Ashby with the Astros. Neil Allen with the White Sox. Billy Bean with the Minnesota Twins. Donnie Moore with the Angels. Bill Russell with the Dodgers. Jim Beattie with the Seattle Mariners. Bobby Valentine with the Rangers. Ron Robinson with the Reds. Eddie Murray, there we go. Eddie Murray with the Orioles. Kevin Romine with the Red Sox. Jim Clancy with the Blue Jays. John Kruk with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting and more. All right. Ray Fontana with the Twins. Bob Brenly with the Giants. See how close I can get to. Oh, almost. Went 2 over. Boom. All right. Get our next 25 cards here. Mike Lind with the Rangers. Vance Law with the Expos. There's our first checklist card there. All right. Our first checklist card, front and back, goes to card number 132. All right. And then we've got Rick Cerrone with the Brewers. Dwight Gooden with the Mets. The Pirates leader card there. Paul Assenmacher with the Braves. Jose Aquendo with the Cardinals. Rich Yett with the Indians. Mike Easler with the Yankees. Ron Romanek with the Angels. Jerry Willard with the Athletics. Roy Lee Jackson with the Twins. Devin White with the Angels. Brett Saberhagen with the Royals. Herm Winningham with the Expos. Rick Sutcliffe with the Cubs. Steve Boros with the Padres. Mike Ciosa with the Dodgers. Charlie Kerfeld with the Astros. Tracy Jones with the Reds. Randy Neiman with the Mets. Dave Collins with the Detroit Tigers. Ray Searage with the White Sox. And Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs with the Boston Red Sox. All right, that's the first half of the stack there. Oh, almost got the pick. One card too many. All right, next 25 in the stack. All right, so we got Mike Lacoste with the Giants. Toby Hara with the Rangers. Dwayne Ward with the Blue Jays. Tom O'Malley with the Orioles. Eddie Whitson with the Padres. The Seattle Mariners leaders card. All right, Danny Darwin with the Astros. Tim Teufel with the Mets. Ed Olwine with the Atlanta Braves. Julio Franco with the Indians. Steve Ontiveros with the Athletics. Mike Lavalier with the Cardinals. Kevin Gross with the Phillies. Sammy Kahalifa with the Pirates. Jeff Reardon with the Expos. Bob Boone with the Angels. Jim DeShales with the Astros. Lou Piniella, manager for the Yankees. He did manage the Seattle Mariners too through the years. Ron Washington with the Twins. There we go, Bo Jackson, future star. This is rookie card, isn't it? This is his rookie card. It's rookie year. Yep. 1986. He started with Memphis and then ended the year with the Royals. All right. Then we've got Chuck Carey with the Tigers. Ron Oster with the Reds. Alex Trevino with the Dodgers. Henry Cotto with the Yankees. And Bob Stanley with the Red Sox. All right, last stack in the second pack. Last group in the second pack. Second stack. I'll call it one of those. All right, Candace Henry says, first box is done. 2 more boxes to go. All right, Steve Bichelle with the Rangers. Keith Moreland with the Cubs. Cecil Fielder with the Blue Jays. Bill Wegman with the Brewers. Chris Brown with the Giants. Cardinals leaders. St. Louis Cardinals, shout out to... Is he even in the chat anymore? Did he take off? All right. Yes, he did. Lee Lacy with the Orioles. Oops. Sorry about that. Andy Hawkins with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting. Bobby Bonilla with the Pirates. Roger McDowell with the Mets. Bruce Benedict with the Braves. Mark Huisman with the Seattle Mariners. Tony Phillips with the Athletics. Joe Hesketh with the Expos. Jim Sundberg with the Royals. Charles Hudson with the Phillies. Corey Snyder, Gold Cup card for the Indians. Roger Craig, manager for the Giants. Kirk McCaskill with the Angels. Mike Pagliarulo with the Yankees. Randy O'Neal with the Tigers. Mark Bailey with the Astros. Lee Mazzelli with the Mets. Mariano Duncan with the Dodgers. And Pete Rose for the Cincinnati Reds. Card number 200. All right. So this next stack is done. So boom, we can move that over into the box here. Oh, put something here to hold it up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it went tipsy. Kind of thought maybe it would do something silly like that, but easily fixed. Threw it off there. All right. You found the Jackson rookie card. I found the 90 score Bo Jackson. There we go. All right. So let's move on now to our third stack. All right. Get our first 25 cards here. Again, we are on card number 201, John Cangliosi. All right. Let me see if I can scooch that there. All right. So John Cangliosi with the White Sox. Ricky White with the Rangers. Mike Kingery with the Royals. Sammy Stewart with the Red Sox. Craig Nettles with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting. Twins leaders card. Joe Frazier with the Twins. John Shelby with the Orioles. Rick Shue with the Phillies. Lloyd Mosby with the Blue Jays. Let me pop up in the chat here. I pulled each of the 5 rookies in the set 1990 score. Cool. It's raining. I have bad internet. When it's raining, you have bad internet? That's interesting. Maybe you have satellite internet. First box done. Found the Jackson score. Boom. All right, let me do a refresh here so I do know where I left off on the chat. All right. So John Morris, all right, with the Cardinals. Mike Fitzgerald with the Expos. Randy Myers with the Mets. Omar Moreno with the Braves. Mark Langston with the Seattle Mariners. There you go, BJ Surhoff, Future Star card. All right, Chris Cadrioli with the Athletics. Sparky Anderson with the Detroit Tigers. Cecilio Guante with the Pirates. Joe Carter with the Indians. Vern Rule with the Angels. Denny Walling with the Astros. Charlie LeBrant with the Royals. Wayne Tollison with the Yankees. And Mike Smithson with the Twins. Okay. Next 25 in the stack here. Max Venable with the Reds. Jamie Moyer with the Cubs. Kurt Wilkerson with the Rangers. Mike Burback with the Brewers. Don Baylor with the Red Sox. Giants leaders card. Reggie Williams with the Dodgers. Russ Morman with the White Sox. Pat Sheridan with the Tigers. Alvin Davis with the Seattle Mariners. All right. Tommy John with the New York Yankees. Tommy John surgery named after him. Jim Morrison with the Pirates. Bill Kruger with the Athletics. Juan Espino with the Yankees. Steve Balboni with the Royals. Danny Heap with the Mets. Rick Mahler with the Braves. Whitey Herzog, manager for the Cardinals. Dickie Knowles with the Indians. Willie Upshaw with the Blue Jays. Jim Dwyer with the Orioles. Jeff Reed with the Twins. Gene Walter with the Padres. Jim Pankovitz with the Astros. And Teddy Higuero with the Brewers. All right, our next next 25 cards in the stack here. All right, Dearman's in the house. How you doing there, buddy? Let's see, what's today? Today, Wednesday. You probably didn't. You'll probably get my package tomorrow or Friday, is what I'm thinking, Dearman. In case you're gonna ask. Rob Wilfong with the Angels. Denny Martinez with the Expos. Eddie Milner with the Reds. Bob Tewksbury with the Yankees. Juan Samuel with the Philadelphia Phillies. Shout out to Dearman 2019. Royals leaders card. Bob Forsch with the Cardinals. Steve Yeager with the Seattle Mariners. All right, Mike Greenwell with the Red Sox. Vita Blue with the Giants. Ruben Sierra with the Rangers. Jim Wynn with the Pirates. Stan Javier with the Athletics. Our second checklist card. Darrell Evans with the Tigers. Jeff Hamilton with the Dodgers. Howard Johnson with the Mets. Pat Corrales with manager for the Indians. Cliff Beck with the Braves. Jody Davis with the Cubs. Mike Brown with the Seattle Mariners. Andres Galarga with the Expos. Gene Nelson with the White Sox. Jeff Heron with the Blue Jays. And Lamar Hoyt with the San Diego Padres. All right. Move on to our last portion in this third stack. Jackie Gutierrez with the Orioles. Juan Augusto with the Twins. Gary Pettis with the Angels. Dan Plesac with the Brewers. Jeffrey Leonard with the Giants. Cincinnati Reds leaders card. There we go. Jeff Calhoun with the Astros. Doug Drabek with the Yankees. John Moses with the Seattle Mariners. Dennis Boyd, Volcam Boyd with the Red Sox. Mike Woodward with the Giants. Dave Van Olen with the Athletics. Tito Landrum with the Cardinals. Rob Kipper with the Pirates. Leon Durham with the Cubs. Mitch Williams with the Rangers. Franklin Stubbs with the Dodgers. Rob Rogers with the Expos. Steve Jeltz with the Philadelphia Phillies. Shout out to Dearman. Len Dykstra with the Mets. Andres Thomas with his Gold Cup card with the Atlanta Braves. Don Schultz with the Indians. Larry Herndon with the Tigers. Joel Davis with the White Sox. And Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson with the Angels. There we go. Our third stack is now done. Put this one in the box here. Keep them nice and orderly. And then next week I'll break out the 1988 tops as we move up the sets. Okay. Boom. All right. So, Candace Henry, I'm back. Luis Aquino with the Blue Jays. All right. Bill Schroeder with the Brewers. Juan Beringer with the Giants. Phil Garner with the Astros. John Franco with the Reds. Red Sox leaders card. Lee Gutterman with the Seattle Mariners. Don Slott with the Rangers. Mike Young with the Cardinals. Frank Viola with the Twins. There we go. Okay, now we got some turn back the clock cards. There we go. Turn back the clock to Ricky Henderson, 1982. That now cracks me up when you pull him out of Seattle Mariners. You like that, huh? Left behind. That's just my shout out for my team. But Ricky Henderson tops 1982 set. All right, turn back the clock here for Reggie Jackson with the Yankees, 1977. There we go. Pittsburgh Pirates, Roberto Clemente, 1972. Turn back the clock, Carl Yastrzemski, 1967 with the Red Sox. Turn back the clock. All right, Maury Wills with the Dodgers, 1962. Back to our regular sets now. Brian Fisher with the Yankees. Kurt Hurdle with the Cardinals. Jim Fragosi with the White Sox. Greg Swindell with the Indians. Barry Bonds. There we go. Barry Bonds with the Pirates. Oh, this one even, yeah, it does have his when he played with Prince William, and then Hawaii, and then Pittsburgh. So that is another rookie card for Barry Bonds. All right. So Mike Laga with the Cardinals. Chris Bando with the Indians. Al Newman with the Expos. Dave Palmer with the Braves. And Gary Templeton with the San Diego Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting there. All right. Next 25 cards in the stack. Mark Kubica with the Royals. Trying to say these names right. Dale Svem with the Brewers. Bob Welch with the Dodgers. Ron Renicky with the Philadelphia Phillies. Mike Scott with the Astros. Mets leaders card. Joe Price with the Reds. Ken Phelps with the Mariners. Ed Correa with the Rangers. Candy Maldonado with the Giants. Alan Anderson with the Twins. Darryl Miller with the Angels. Tim Conroy with the Cardinals. Donnie Hill with the Athletics. Roger Clemens with the Red Sox. Boy, that's a young Clemens there. It's like his third-year card. Mike Brown with the Pirates. Bob James with the White Sox. Hal Lanier, manager for the Astros. Joe Niekro with the Yankees. Andre Dawson with the Expos. Sean Dunston with the Cubs. Mickey Brantley with the Seattle Mariners. Carmelo Martinez with the Padres. Kevin's card collecting. Storm Davis with the Baltimore Orioles. And Keith Hernandez. All right. Do a refresh here. I did read through some of those chats there. Gone down to the Bonds rookie card from Left Behind. Ooh, one card too many. Almost spot on there. All right, Gene Garber with the Braves. Mike Felder with the Brewers. Ernie Camacho with the Indians. Jamie Quirk with the Royals. Don Carmen with the Philadelphia Phillies. White Sox leader card. Steve Fireovid with the Seattle Mariners. Sal Batera with the Reds. Doug Corbett with the Angels. Pedro Guerrero with the Dodgers. Mark Thurmond with the Tigers. Luis Quinones with the Giants. Jose Guzman with the Rangers. Randy Bush with the Twins. Rick Rhoden with the Pirates. Mark McGuire with the Athletics. Jeff Lanty with the Cardinals. John McNamara, manager for the Boston Red Sox. Brian Dayette with the Cubs. Fred Lynn with the Orioles. Mark Eichhorn with the Blue Jays. Jerry Mumphrey with the Cubs. Jeff Detman with the Braves. Glenn Hoffman with the Red Sox. And Ron Guidry with the Yankees. All right, getting ready for our last stack. Last part in the stack, and then this will put us halfway through the set. Scott Bradley with the Seattle Mariners. John Henry Johnson with the Brewers. Rafael Santana with the Mets. John Russell with the Philadelphia Phillies. Rich Gossage or Goose Gossage with the Padres. Expos leaders card. Rudy Law with the Royals. Ron Davis with the Cubs. Johnny Grubb with the Tigers. Oral Hershiser with the Dodgers. Dickie Thon with the Astros. T.R. Bryden with the Angels. Gino Petrelli with the Rangers. Jeff Robinson with the Giants. Gary Matthews with the Cubs. Ray Howell with the Athletics. Our third checklist in the set. Pete Rose, manager at the time for the Cincinnati Reds. Mike Bilecki with the Pirates. Damasco Garcia with the Blue Jays. Tim Lawler with the Boston Red Sox. Greg Walker with the White Sox. Brad Havens with the Orioles. Kurt Ford with the Cardinals. And George Brett with the Kansas City Royals. That rounds out the first half of our set there. Moving on to stack number 5. them back in their box to keep them nice. All right. Moving on to stack number 5 in the box, in the set. And the winner is one card too many. I was getting pretty close at my picks. Pretty close at my picks. Okay. So let's move on here. Oh, I got too close to the camera there, so I got space to put my hand in here. Billy Joe Robideau with the Brewers. Mike Trujillo with the Seattle Mariners. Jerry Royster with the Padres. Kevin's Card Collecting. Doug Sisk with the Mets. Shout out to Frank's Card Corner. There we go. That's fine. He's a Mets fan. Brooke Jacoby with the Indians. Robert Hone, that's his team, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember everybody's teams as much as I can. Yankees leaders card. Justin B. left behind. Hi, Donald. Thumbs up. Yep, thumbs up in the chat if you can. Thumbs up in the chat if you can. Appreciate that. We've got 7 people in here. We do have 11 thumbs up, but I know people come and people go. So if you can throw in a thumbs up in the chat, I do appreciate it. Jim Aker with the Braves. John Miserock with the Astros. Milt Thompson with the Phillies. Fernando Valenzuela with the Dodgers. Darnell Coles with the Tigers. Eric Davis with the Reds. Moose Haas with the Athletics. Joe Orsuluk with the Pirates. Bobby Witt with the Rangers. Tom Nito with the Expos. Pat Perry with the Cardinals. Dick Williams, manager with the Seattle Mariners. Mark Portugal with the Twins. Will Clark with the Giants. Jose De Leon with the White Sox. Jack Howell with the Angels. Jamie Kokenauer with the Brewers. Chris Spear with the Cubs. And Tom Seaver with the Boston Red Sox. All right. Let's see if we can grab our second stack here. Quite a few cards too many there. All right. Next part in the stack. I'll get used to my new way now that the books are done. Floyd Rayford with the Orioles. Ed Nunez with the Seattle Mariners. Bruce Bochy with the Padres. Kevin's Card Collecting. There we go. Tim Pizanarski, future star for the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting. Mike Schmidt with the Philadelphia Phillies. Dodgers leader card. All right. Jim Slayton with the Tigers. Ed Hearn with the Mets. Mike Fischlin with the Yankees. Bruce Sutter with the Braves. Andy Allenson, Gold Cup winner with the Indians. Ted Power with the Cincinnati Reds. Kelly Downs with the Padres. Carl Best with the Seattle Mariners. Willie McGee with the Cardinals. Dave Leeper with the Athletics. Mitch Webster with the Expos. Joe Felsk with the Phillies. Jeff Russell with the Rangers. Dave Lopes with the Astros. Chuck Finley with the Angels. Bill Almond with the Pirates. Chris Bosio with the Brewers. Pat Dodson, future star with the Red Sox. And Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett with the Twins. Let's see, how close? Too many. I'll always get the last stack the right amount. All right, Joe Sambito with the Red Sox. Dave Henderson with the Red Sox. Scott Terry with the Reds. Lou Salazar with the White Sox. Mike Boddicker with the Orioles. Athletics leaders. Len Matusek with the Dodgers. Kelly Gruber with the Blue Jays. Dennis Eckersley with the Chicago Cubs. Darryl Strawberry with the Mets. Craig McCurdy with the Braves. Scott Fletcher with the Rangers. Tom Candiotti with the Indians. Butch Weiniger with the Yankees. Todd Worrell, Gold Cup card holder with the Cardinals. Cal Daniels with the Reds. Randy St. Clair with the Expos. George Bamberger, manager for the Brewers. Mike Diaz with the Pirates. Dave Dravecki with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting. Ron Reynolds, Philadelphia Phillies, Dearman 2019. Bill Duran with the Astros. Steve Farr with the Royals. Jerry Narron with the Angels. And Scott Geralt with the Giants. Last part in the stack, number 5. Danny Tartabull, Gold Cup holder with the Seattle Mariners. Throw a little trill in there. Ken Howell with the Dodgers. Tim Launder with the Twins. Bob Sebra with the Expos. Jim Rice with the Red Sox. Philadelphia Phillies leaders there, Dearman. Daryl Boston with the White Sox. Dwight Lowry with the Tigers. Jim Traber with the Orioles. Tony Fernandez with the Blue Jays. Otis Nixon with the Indians. Dave Gumpert with the Cubs. Ray Knight with the Mets. Bill Gullickson with the Reds. Dale Murphy with the Braves. Ron Karkovis with the White Sox. Mike Heath with the Tigers. Tom Lasorda, manager for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Always like Tom Lasorda. Barry Jones with the Pirates. Gorman Thomas with the Brewers. Bruce Bochy with the Athletics. Dale Mahoric with the Rangers. Bob Kearney with the Seattle Mariners. Bruce Ruffin, Gold Cup holder with the Philadelphia Phillies. And chasing Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly with the Yankees. Rounds out stack number 5. Okay. Put this stack in the box here. 3 more to go. 3 stacks to go here. All right. Let's see. Why don't I try and get this kind of like pre-staged, maybe. Might be able to go through them just a little bit quicker. $25 at a time here. Get these. Boom. All right, I think I can do it that way. All right. Justin B. I left behind. Hi, Donald. So let's get moving into our sixth stack. Greg Lefferts with the San Diego Padres. All right. Dick Schofield with the Angels. Larry Anderson with the Astros. Mickey Hatcher with the Twins. Bryn Smith with the Expos. Baltimore Orioles team leaders. Dave Stapleton with the Red Sox. Scott Bankhead with the Royals. Enos Cabell with the Dodgers. Tom Henke with the Blue Jays. Steve Lyons with the White Sox. Dave Magadan with the Future Star with the New York Mets. Carmen Castillo with the Indians. Orlando Mercado with the Rangers. Willie Hernandez with the Tigers. Ted Simmons with the Braves. Mario Soto with the Reds. Gene Mach, manager for the Angels. Kurt Young with the Athletics. Jack Clark with the Cardinals. Rick Ruschel with the Pirates. Our fourth checklist. All right. Ernie Riles with the Brewers. Bob Shirley with the Yankees. And Phil Bradley with the Mariners. All right. Move on to our second part in the stack. So Roger Mason with the Giants. Jim Wolford with the Expos. Ken Dixon with the Orioles. Alvaro Espinosa with the Twins. Tony Gwynn. There we go. Where's Kevin? Is he hiding out in the background? There's his Tony Gwynn for the Padres. Astros leaders card there. Jeff Stone with the Phillies. Argenis Salazar with the Royals. Scott Sanderson with the Cubs. Tony Armas with the Red Sox. Terry Mulholland with the Giants. Rance Mullins with the Blue Jays. Tom Niedenfuer with the Dodgers. Reed Nichols with the White Sox. Terry Kennedy with the Padres. Rafael Belliard with the Pirates. Ricky Horton with the Cardinals. Dave Johnson, manager for the Mets. Zane Smith with the Braves. Buddy Bell with the Reds. Mike Morgan with the Seattle Mariners. Rob Deere with the Brewers. Bill Mooneyham with the Athletics. Bob Melvin with the Giants. And Pete Cavilla, Gold Cup card for the Rangers. And our third part to the stack. Frank Wills with the Indians. Larry Sheets with the Orioles. Mike Maddox with the Phillies. Buddy Biancalana with the Royals. What a mouthful. Dennis Rasmussen with the Yankees. California Angels leaders card. John Cerruti with the Blue Jays. Greg Gagne with the Twins. Lance McCullers with the Padres. Glenn Davis with the Astros. Ray Quinones with the Seattle Mariners. Brian Clutterbuck with the Brewers. Jeff Cepharo with the Orioles. Larry McWilliams with the Pirates. Dusty Baker with the Athletics. Tim Hewlett with the White Sox. Greg Matthews with the Cardinals. Earl Weaver, manager for the Orioles. Wade Rowden with the Cincinnati Reds. Sid Fernandez with the Mets. Ozzie Virgil with the Braves. Pete Ladd with the Seattle Mariners. Hal McRae with the Royals. Manny Lee with the Blue Jays. Pat Tabler with the Indians. And our last part in the stack. Frank Pastore with the Twins. Dan Billardello with the Expos. Billy Hatcher with the Astros. Rick Burleson with the Angels. Mike Krukow with the Giants. Cub leaders card. Chicago Cubs leaders card. Bruce Berigny with the Mets. Junior Ortiz with the Pirates. Ron Kittle with the Yankees. Scott Bales with the Indians. Ben Ogilvie with the Brewers. Eric Plunk with the Athletics. Wallace Johnson with the Expos. Steve Crawford with the Red Sox. Vince Coleman with the Cardinals. Spike Owen with the Red Sox. Chris Welch with the Reds. Chuck Tanner, manager card for the Braves. Rick Anderson with the Mets. Here we go. Here comes some of our our all-star cards now. Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez with the Mets, National League All-Star. Steve Sachs, National League All-Star for the Dodgers. Mike Schmidt, National League All-Star for the Philadelphia Phillies. Ozzie Smith, National League All-Star for the St. Louis Cardinals. Tony Gwynn, National League All-Star for the San Diego Padres. Dave Parker, National League All-Star for the Cincinnati Reds. All right, got the first part of the All-Stars done there, and the next stack continues on with the All-Stars grouping. 2 more stacks to go. We are getting there. Let me slide these over just a hair. Oops. Let me go. Boom. Put that last stack right there by the flag. And let's get these guys all lined up here. All right. That'll be first part. Second part, or fourth part, third part, second part, first part. All right, continue on with our All-Stars here. Darryl Strawberry, National League All-Star for the New York Mets. Gary Carter, National League All-Star for the New York Mets. Dwight Gooden, National League All-Star for the New York Mets. All right, National League All-Star Fernando Valenzuela with the Dodgers. Todd Worrell, National League All-Star for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now we get into the American League. Don Mattingly, American League All-Star for the New York Yankees. Tony Bernard, American League All-Star for the Cleveland Indians. All right, Wade Boggs, American League All-Star for the Boston Red Sox. Cal Ripken Jr., American League All-Star for the Baltimore Orioles. Jim Rice, American League All-Star for the Boston Red Sox. Kirby Puckett, American League All-Star for the Minnesota Twins. All right, George Bell, American League All-Star for the Toronto Blue Jays. Lance Parrish, American League All-Star for the Detroit Tigers. Roger Clemens, American League All-Star for the Boston Red Sox. Tony Higuera, American League All-Star for the Milwaukee Brewers. Dave Righetti, American League All-Star for the New York Yankees. And then back to the regular cards again now. Boston Red Sox, Al Nipper. Tom Kelly, manager for the Twins. Jerry Reed for the Seattle Mariners. There we go. The Jose Canseco Gold Cup card. There we go. Awesome card to get there. If you're looking for Canseco's, his Gold Cup card. Danny Cox with the St. Louis Cardinals. Glenn Braggs with the Brewers. Kurt Stillwell with the Reds. Tim Burke with the Expos. And Mookie Wilson with the Mets. All right. Second part to the stack is Joel Skinner with the Yankees. All right. Ken Oberkfell with the Braves. Bob Walk with Pittsburgh Pirates. Larry Parrish with the Rangers. John Candelaria with the Angels. Detroit Tigers team leaders. Rob Woodward with the Red Sox. Jose Uribe with the Giants. Rafael Palmeiro, future star card for the Cubs. Ken Strom with the Indians. Darren Dalton with the Philadelphia Phillies. Bip Roberts with the Pirates. Rich Bordy with the Cardinals. Gerald Perry with the Braves. Mark Clear with the Brewers. Domingo Ramos with the Seattle Mariners. All right. Al Pulido with the Yankees. Ron Shepard with the Blue Jays. John Denny with the Reds. Dwight Evans with the Red Sox. Mike Mason with the Texas Rangers. Tom Lawless with the St. Louis Cardinals. Barry Larkin with the Cincinnati Reds. Mickey Tettleton with the Athletics. And Hubie Brooks with the Expos. On to our third stack. Our third group part in the stack. Benny DiStefano with the Pirates. Terry Forster with the Angels. Kevin Mitchell with the Mets. Our next checklist card here. All right, Jesse Barfield with the Blue Jays. Our Rangers leaders card. Tom Waddell with the Indians. Robbie Thompson with his Gold Cup card with the Giants. Aurelio Lopez with the Astros. Bob Horner with the Braves. Lou Whitaker with the Tigers. Frank DePino with the Reds. Cliff Johnson with the Blue Jays. Mike Marshall with the Dodgers. Rod Scurry with the Yankees. Von Hayes with the Phillies. Ron Hassey with the White Sox. Juan Bonilla with the Orioles. Bud Black with the Royals. Jose Cruz with the Astros. Ray Soff with the Cardinals. Chili Davis with the Giants. Don Sutton with the Angels. Bill Campbell with the Tigers. Ed Romero with the Red Sox. Our last part in the stack. Charlie Moore with the Brewers. Bob Gritch with the Angels. Carney Lansford with the Athletics. Kent Herbeck with the Twins. Ryan Sandberg with the Cubs. George Bell with the Blue Jays. Jerry Roos with the Dodgers. Gary Renicky with the Yankees. Kent Catulve with the Phillies. Jerry Hairston with the White Sox. Doyle Alexander with the Braves. Alan Trammell with the Tigers. Juan Beniquez with the Orioles. Darrell Porter with the Rangers. Dane Eorg with the Padres. Dave Parker with the Reds. Frank White with the Royals. Terry Poole with the Astros. Phil Niekro with the Indians. Chico Walker with the Cubs. Gary Lucas with the Angels. Ed Lynch with the Cubs. Ernie White with the Blue Jays. Ken Landreau with the Dodgers. And Dave Bergman with the Tigers. Rounds out our 7th stack in the set. Put this one in the box here and get into our last stack here. Almost finished with 1987 Topps. Hope you guys enjoy this series when I do it. I sure hope you do. I enjoy doing it and sharing these cards with you on the channel. Okay. Let me just get these lined up here so we can... Ooh, good pick there. Good pick there. Get the last one here. Oh, there we go. Almost did a different selection, but got it in the end. So here we go. Last stack. Lucky is in the house. Hello there, Lucky. I believe your package got delivered when I was doing the stream here. I'll check with my wife when I'm done and stuff, but I'm pretty sure I did have the mail. I got notifications of some packages being delivered. So if that card did have to be signed for, I'm sure my wife would have signed for it from the mailman. So I should be able to probably open your package tomorrow. I know I got my notification this morning that it was going to be delivered today. So just wanted to let you know there, Lucky. I think I did get your package today, and I will be opening it up to with my family mail call tomorrow. Okay? Just wanted to update you on that real quick. So get into our last stack here in our 1987 Topps baseball card set here. Willie Randolph. All right. Willie Randolph with the New York Yankees. All right. Greg Gross with the Phillies. Dave Schmidt with the White Sox. Jesse Orosco with the Mets. Bruce Hurst with Boston, or the Red Sox. Rick Manning with the Brewers. Bob McClure with the Expos. Scott McGregor with the Orioles. Oh, that was quick. Just sent it Monday. It was insured. No problem there, Lucky. Yep. So Dave Kingman with the Athletics. Gary Gaeta with the Twins. Ken Griffey Sr. Ken Griffey Sr. That's close enough. That's Ken Griffey's dad. I'll ring the bell for Ken Griffey Sr. There we go. All right, Ken Griffey Sr. with the Braves. Don Robinson with the Pirates. Tim Brookins with the Tigers. Dan Quisenberry with the Royals. Bob Dernier with the Cubs. Rick Leach with the Blue Jays. Ed Vandenberg with the Dodgers. Steve Carlton with the White Sox. Tom Hume with the Phillies. Richard Dotson with the White Sox. Tom Herr with the Cardinals. Bob Nepper with the Astros. Brett Butler with the Indians. Greg Minton with the Giants. And George Hendrick with the Angels. All right, let me just take a quick sip of water there, guys and gals. Okay. Now I can make it through the end of the stream here. All right. So let me just do a quick refresh here. All right. Frank Tanana with the Tigers. Mike Moore with the Seattle Mariners. Tippy Martinez with the Orioles. Tom Pasiak with the Rangers. Eric Show with the Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting. Dave Concepcion with the Reds. Manny Trujillo with the Cubs. Bill Caudill with the Blue Jays. Tim Madlock with the Dodgers. Ricky Henderson with the Yankees. Steve Bedrosian with the Phillies. Floyd Bannister with the White Sox. Jorge Orta with the Royals. Chet Lemon with the Tigers. Rich Gedman with the Red Sox. Paul Molitor with the Brewers. Andy McGaffigan with the Expos. Dwayne Murphy with the Oakland Athletics. Ron Smalley with the Twins. Glenn Hubbard with the Braves. Bob Ojeda with the Mets. Johnny Ray with the Pirates. Mike Flanagan with the Orioles. Ozzie Smith with the Cardinals. And Steve Trout. I can't remember. Is Steve Trout related to Mike Trout? Probably not. Just have the same last name, Trout. And he'd been playing ball for a while here. All right. Third part in the final stack here. Third part of 4 in the final stack here. Garth Eorg with the Blue Jays. Dan Petrie with the Tigers. Rick Honeycutt with the Dodgers. Dave Lapointe with the Padres. Kevin's Card Collecting and more. Luis Agallo with the Phillies. Dearman. Carlton Fisk with the White Sox. Nolan Ryan with the Astros, Tony Bernard with the Indians, Joel Youngblood with the Giants, Mike Witt with the Angels, Greg Pryor with the Royals, Gary Ward with the Rangers, Tim Flannery with the Padres, Bill Buckner with the Red Sox, Kurt Gibson with the Tigers, Dan Ace with the Orioles, Ron Cey with the Cubs, Dennis Lamp with the Blue Jays, Steve Sachs with the Dodgers, Dave Winfield with the Yankees, Sean Raleigh with the Phillies, Harold Baines, Hall of Famer, with the White Sox, Robin Yount, Hall of Famer, with the Brewers, Dave Renchicki with the Expos, and Joaquin Andujar. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Gotta run. Take care, Mr. Dalton. No problem there, Left Behind Times. You were here for most of the stream. Glad you almost made it to the end here. Last few cards in the pack here. In the set. Tom Brunowski with the Twins. So you take care there, Left Behind. It was nice having you in here with me this morning. Chris Chambliss with the Braves. Jack Morris, Hall of Famer, with the Tigers. Craig Reynolds with the Astros. Andre Thornton with the Indians. Atley Hammaker with the Giants. Brian Downing with the Angels. Willie Wilson with the Royals. Cal Ripken Jr. Boom! Cal Ripken Jr. with the Orioles. Terry Francona with the Cubs. Jimmy Williams, manager for the Blue Jays. Alejandro Pena for the Dodgers. Tim Stoddard with the Yankees. Dan Schatzsitter with the Philadelphia Phillies. Julio Cruz for the White Sox. Lance Parrish for the Detroit Tigers. And last but not least, our last card, checklist card, for the 1987 baseball, Topps baseball card set. Card number 792 rounds it off. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this one, this stream here, as we went through the 1987 Topps baseball card set. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And I just want to say my signature goodbye and wrap things up for today. We did go almost 2 hours, so that was pretty good. And lucky, I do appreciate you sending me that package. You didn't by no means have to do that, but I will appreciate it. It will be opened up tomorrow in the live stream. Just in case you're wondering, it will be opened up tomorrow, and we'll see how things go tomorrow. Tomorrow I will choose one of the baseball teams that I haven't done the baseball team history on. And that will be our content for tomorrow. I always like to give a sneak peek as to what's going to take place tomorrow. So I do appreciate everybody that was in here today. We did go through about what I wanted to do today. Get close to about maybe a 2-hour stream. On average, my live streams run between an hour and a half to 2 hours. An hour if it's running on a tight schedule for me, but all I have to do is get to the bank before they close this afternoon to make the church deposit, and all I gotta do is go through the drive-through on that because the lobbies aren't open yet. So other than that, I think we'll go ahead and get ready to sign off for today. No problem. I have been wanting to for a while. Just hate going to the post office near where I work. Hope you enjoy the cards. Oh, no problem there. Thanks there, Lucky. I do appreciate you very much. And you have been on my channel for a while now. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around real quick so you guys can see me wearing my wardrobe for today. For my my Wednesday videos. I got a throwback Seattle Mariner hat on today, just in case you're wondering. But I do have the Topps baseball card t-shirt, picture cards, bubble gum. You get your baseball cards and bubble gum for a nickel at your local 7-Eleven or Cumberland Farms, whatever type of store you had near you that sold your baseball cards. And that is cool. But that is the shirt I usually wear. I'll wear various shirts throughout my wardrobe. I try and choose an appropriate type shirt that kind of goes with everything that takes place. But you can see right over here, you can see all my different ball caps that I wear for when I go to baseball games, when they're playing, when I get to go. Oh my word. And then hopefully they'll be able to get the season started up here soon and do it as we roll along. But other than that, I just wanted to say my signature goodbye. This has been Donald Blomdahl, Hall of Fame Veterans, Sports Cards, and Collectibles, having been live to you from Arlington, Washington, with another episode on Topps Baseball Cards video sets. Again, this was 1987 this week. Next week, we will be doing the 1988 baseball card set, and look forward to doing that with you. So you guys have a great and wonderful day. Take care, and we will see you guys around the channels, okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera around and see if it'll let me log off. I think we're still doing well for time. So without further ado, I am going to sign off. If I scroll down here, let me move this over and see if I can get this centered on my bigger one down here. And just do a sign off right here. Pretty close here. I can't really, I think I got it out all as far as I can go. But that's some of my new labels I got in for this. The bottom one I created, but that one you'll see if when you get a package from me in the near future, you'll probably see this one of these stickers on the packaging when you receive a package from me. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to sign off. Let me put this up here so you guys can see some of my stuff on my break table here, along with my little tag there. So you guys have a great and wonderful day, and we will see you guys around the channels, okay? Take care, Lord bless you, and have a wonderful day. See you guys tomorrow morning. Bye now. I don't think they were 5 cents. Even when we were kids, Donald, I think they were a dime. Have a good have. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, I know. If anybody's still hanging out there, that was back in the day. This is definitely an old sign on this t-shirt, just like some of the old signage that I have and stuff. But I had to log back in real quick to go ahead and log off because the app wouldn't close properly, so I have to come back in real quick, close it out, and then so I'm going to try and end the stream one more time if the app will let me.